What's up, guys? Ballin with Blizzy back with another weekly PGA Tour preview. US Open was an absolutely wild one. Wyndham Clark wins it, leads from wire to wire. Pretty unheard of in those conditions. Shout out to him for, braving the elements, braving the crowd, and getting the job done at Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. But with that being said, we are on to the Travelers Championship at TPC River Highlands, one of the best stops annually on tour, getting way up into the Northeast, and a signature event. So small field, no cut, and should be another exciting one with the best players in the world, except for Rory McIlroy. So today on the preview video, of course, we will take a look at the course over on BetSports Golf. We'll take a look at a little bit of course data on datagolf.com. We will look at the odds boards on DraftKings, then build a custom model at rickrungood.com and try to parlay that into a single entry lineup that can make some noise on DraftKings and DFS. So without further ado, let's get started. So here we are, 2026 Travelers Championship at TPC River Highlands. Like I said, way up in the Northeast in Cromwell, Connecticut. Again, one of the more popular stops amongst the players, and really just a great feeling when you're out at this tournament. The crowd is electric. We've had a lot of playoff finishes in recent years. It's got the elite fields. It's got the signature event purse of $20 million. It's just a fun time. It's a classic tree line par 70. Creativity and precision are a lot more important than being able to bomb it and have distance. We've seen guys over the years who can win in kind of all facets of the game, but you don't need to be extraordinarily long off the tee. You really need to be more accurate and strategic. Players are going to be asked to shape shots in both directions. You need those proper angles, like I said, and then consistently attack with wedges and short irons into small tiered green complexes. The rough is penal, but I mean, come on, this is regular PGA penal. This is not US Open, which we just came off of. So everybody should be all right getting out of the rough on this course. Tournament's greatest strength, maybe its finish, the closing stretch, 15 through 17, a lot of movement, a lot of up and down the leaderboard is going to happen there, especially on the weekend. Like I said, one of the strongest fields of the year, 49 of the top 50 in the OWGR there, except for Rory McIlroy. So that means all your favorites are going to be there. We take a look at the measurables of the course. Water only in play on 5 holes, 19th fewest, but kind of middle of the pack. Short par 70, like I said, you don't need to be a long hitter, 6,800 yards. The fairways are just about 30 yards wide, 12th narrowest out of 44 courses on tour, and very small greens, as mentioned, about 5,000 square feet on average. The course, again, very short. The course length is the 3rd shortest out of the 44 courses measured on tour. Green speeds are average, and again, just kind of need to be more in tune with approach than you need to be bombing it off of the tee. Immaculately maintain the course features numerous subtleties that enhance the strategy. Again, we keep talking about that strategy word. It's all about angles and undulation on the green, more so than just who can hit it the furthest. And then looking at the scoring relative to the tour average, you get about 5% more birdies or better. You get about 15% fewer bogeys. Birdie to bogey ratio, therefore, is going to be improved. Normally 1.43 birdies to bogeys on tour. Here, 1.57 birdies for every bogey. Par 3 scoring is just a little bit easier. I mean, it's 17%, but it's hard to read into this. The normal par 3 on tour is 3.06. The normal for here is 3.00. Again, that could have something to do with the fact that it's a signature event and the best players are playing this course. Birdies are better, improved. Par 4 scoring is lower. Par 4 birdies or better are improved. Par 5 scoring is slightly worse, and par 5 birdies or better slightly worse. Again, could be the fact that it's a par 70. So with that being said, let's jump over to who has historically played this course well. And you can see here, it's Scottie Scheffler straight to the top, 2.32 strokes gained per round weighted against the field. Patrick Cantlay in second at just under 1.8 strokes per round. Tommy Fleetwood right there with him. Granted, Cantlay was playing this event before it was a signature event. So whereas Scheffler and Fleetwood have 22 and 18 rounds respectively, Cantlay has basically double those amount of rounds. They've got 40 combined. He has 40 alone. Bobby Mack has played well here in 2 trips. Xander played well here and had a win back in 2022. Brian Harman, again, you think of short hitters who can just be strategic and have good approach weeks. He has not finished outside the top 9 in 5 trips since 2021, 1.61 strokes gained per round. Russell Henley kind of fits that mold as well. Keegan Bradley, the win in 23, not so good result in 24, and the win in 2025. Corey Connors, Jason Day, Justin Thomas coming in to this course with 3 straight top 9 finishes as well around this track. So again, all the guys you would kind of expect, and Scotty leads the way and really probably due for a win when you look at kind of some of the advanced strokes gained data that's been kind of circulating with him being number 1 in strokes gained across the 3 majors to this point in the calendar year. And of course, he does not have a major, so leads cumulatively, but does not have a trophy on the mantle in terms of major championships in 2026. So let's take a look at the odds board. It's Scotty right up at the top. Pretty good number, honestly, in a condensed field. 70 players, no cut. Xander Schauffele 14-1, Ludwig and Tommy 17, Cam Young 20, Fitzpatrick 22, Burns and Siwoo Kim right there, Cantlay 27, 28 for Wyndham off the win, Justin Thomas 29. This is an awesome number on Colin Morikawa, 30-1. You talk about not needing to be a super long hitter and just being accurate and being as good as you can on approach. I mean, that is Colin Morikawa to a T, and you're getting him at 30-1. Would have expected to see him up here closer to the Tommy mold at 17. Victor, I think that's a fair number. He can excel on a course like this if his irons get hot, 42-1. I like Mav McNeely at 43. Not sure what to make of Chris Goddard. Used him in one and done last week. Thought that would be a good course fit. He's a Northeast native. He's from New York, New Jersey, so didn't work out for me, but maybe you go back to him, although he's kind of more length than precision, so take that for what it's worth. Keegan Bradley, 2 wins. Knows this course better than anybody, 49-1. Aaron Rye fits the bill, 55-1. Bobby Mack, good results here in 2 trips, 59-1. Shane Lowry, awesome number if you're getting vintage Shane Lowry at 67. Hot irons again, Hideki, if he can keep it in the fairway. Batia, amazing number at 82-1. Corey Connors a stab at 96. And that's about everyone that stands out to me. You can always make a case for Daniel Berger on a shorter track that doesn't demand a length, but demands sort of strategic and good approach and around the green play, but 145-1 there on Mr. Berger. Let's head over to rickrungood.com and build this custom model, which is going to look a lot different than it looked last week for the US Open. Completely different course, completely different setup, and it's going to ask you to be good in different parts of your game. Let's put a big emphasis on approach over the last 36 here. Let's go tee to green, maybe 5. Where's weighted strokes gained tee to green? Yeah, let's go 5 there. And let's really hone in on like opportunities gained and things like that. So bogey avoidance, always important. Birdie or better, let's go 10. Driving, not as important to me. Let's go these short ranges, maybe 5 and 5 just to see what pops. Let's go opportunities gained, huge. Greens gained, huge. Let's go course types short, I think is important this week. And then par 4 scoring, because again, just the 2 par 5s. Let's start there. If we need to make an adjustment, we will, but Scotty straight to the top. Ludwig, interestingly, in 2nd. Cam Young in 3rd. Colin maybe a little bit lower than what I would have anticipated. But again, it's just, 8th, it's still top 10, but again, a condensed field. Maybe just a little bit surprised to see guys like Spawn and Cantlay in front of Colin. Let's dig into what guys are good at. Where's a lot of green? Where's the red? So Tommy and Cam Young, not the best according to this data, with the wedges between 100 and 125. Everybody else pretty much just lights up green. What was the overall grade on Scotty? It was a 95. Yeah, nobody within 11.5 points of Scheffler this week. Very interesting. A 95.92, almost a 96 in Ludwig, just shy of 84.5. Looking for values for the lineup: JJ Spawn, Jake Knapp back off of injury, Nikolai Højgaard, Bridgman. I really like at this price point this week. That's one to keep an eye on. Spieth has been playing much better. The putter still giving him a little bit of issues, but really driving the ball solidly and having good approach weeks as of late. So maybe Spieth at that number seems disrespectful. Maybe Bridgman, Spieth, and Spawn can get us up to like Scotty and some of these other guys. Burns playing fantastic golf right now. Again, just the one area, same 100 to 125 yards. Otherwise, everything else lights up green. What about Colin? Green across the board, presumably. Yeah, a lot of green for Colin. And how much is Cantlay this week? 8,900. So maybe a little bit of a value there. But let's hop over to DraftKings and let's try to start with a Spawn, Spieth, Bridgman build and just see where that gets us. Should give us enough to get up to Scotty and at least one of the guys in the mid 9K range, but that remains to be seen. Just click in, try to build a lineup, and let's go. Yeah, Bridgman, Spawn, and Spieth. And just for good measure, after we get these guys in, I do like cross-referencing occasionally model with odds board. So Bridgman, Spawn, Spieth, where are they slotting in? Let's see. Spieth 52 to 1. Spawn 42 to 1. So a lot of respect here. And then Jacob Bridgman 78 to 1. So pretty good numbers. I mean, the books like these guys as well. And you're right up to 9,100. If we try to press Scheffler in here this week, wow, that's tough. Down to 6,750. I thought maybe Scheffler in a 9K, but again, when they price him up, it is extremely hard to get any of the rest of these guys. And so we'll have to make a decision there on if we want to keep him in or if we want to go down into the depths. Shane Lowry, I like 74. Ricky Fowler, 67 is plausible. Let's see what that looks like. I don't love it. I do like Straka and Connors. Okay, so maybe I can get behind this more than I thought. So Fowler, high in the model. Where was Straka at? So Straka's 21. Fowler, 32. And where are those guys? Straka and Fowler here. You've got Straka at 90. Did I pass Fowler? Where is Ricky? Did he withdraw? Okay, 88. So they're right next to each other. My bad. I'm going blind. Have a laugh at that one. They're right next to each other, and I overlooked Ricky. So same price. So I like that. A Connors, one with Ricky, one with Straka as your Scotty build, still getting a lot of strength there. So I like this. Maybe one with Straka, one with Fowler, and then let's take Scotty out of it and see what we can do. I mean, yeah, you can do whatever you want from this point. You can go Fleetwood and Fitzpatrick. You could probably almost get... No, you can't. Oh, what did I do here? Yeah, if you want Spawn, you're not going to be able to get up. I mean, if you get rid of Spawn, maybe there's a chance. No, it's too low. So the non-Scotty build would be, for me, something like... Who else did the books like? Really liked Cantlay. That's even too much for me to bite off of. Maybe I go from Fleetwood to Oberg. something like that. Oberg was higher in the model. I like him a little bit better. Then you get Cantlay, and then you can go back to that same range we were just in and get Fowler. I mean, maybe a little bit more balance here, but again, you go back to the Scotty lineup, you might like it a little bit better. You've got Oberg, Cantlay, and Fitz at the top here. You've got Connors, Fowler, and Spawn. So a really good balanced lineup, especially with no cuts. But again, just to take you back to where we were previously, you get Bridgman, Scotty, and Spieth. So probably I like this lineup a little bit better. Swap Fowler for Straka, but again, you can make a case either way. So that's kind of where I am this week. You guys let me know what you like in terms of DFS, one and done. I know it's getting down to the nitty gritty. If you still feel like you have a pulse in one and done, I feel like I'm on life support. So probably not the best guy to be giving advice at this point in the season. In 21st place, I believe, out of 34. So not my best, but let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what outright bets you like, what you like in terms of, again, DFS and one and done. And we'll be back to do it again soon. I should have a betting board 6.0 later this week, probably right around the time that this video drops, to be honest, following the latest episode of So You Think You Can Tell. So if you're interested in that, tune in, like, subscribe, please. Have a profitable week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.